So I'm gonna try to make this real quick about the Kingvon video we all seen. Uh, Kingvon, as we know, was a rapper that thrived supposedly. Because I tell you the truth right now, I never really listened to him. I think I heard one or two of his songs ever. So apparently, from reading and listening to people when they discuss him, apparently King Von was a great storyteller. Had his talk about murders and drugs and whatever gangster rappers rap about, and he was believable. So that much I know. And then apparently he came from the notorious O Block. Well, yesterday or 2 days ago, a video surfaced which I seen it, of him being in jail. Apparently, that video was from 2017, and King Von, in an attempt to stay away from his ops, supposedly, this is what the internet says. I am not taking them serious because the internet will defend who they want and denigrate who they hate. But apparently, and I do not know how the internet got that from that video, he was trying to get away from his ops, some opposition gang members, and he claimed that he was homosexual. He claimed to the COs that he was gay, so he could stay away from people that would have done him harm. In that same video, you will see King Von calling out to someone named Lil Josh. Now, it wasn't like Lil Josh did not respond. Whoever Lil Josh was responded, and King Von blew him a kiss. Not only did he blow Lil Josh a kiss, he also told him, "I'ma F you too." And not F you like, "I'ma beat you up" or "I'ma stomp you when I see you." He basically, I'ma have carnal knowledge with you. And that to me struck me as odd because so while I understand nobody wants to get stabbed, I definitely do not want to get shanked. I do not want to get stabbed. I'm not trying to get poked with a knife. I understand that to an extent, but if you're trying to keep the roots up and you're just trying to, make it believable, I don't know. If I was to blow a kiss to a man that was not gay and told him I was going to have sex with him, I think he would be upset. I wouldn't even be comfortable doing that. So for you to be comfortable enough where you did that and where the other person acknowledged it and said something back to you, because he didn't even say, "I'm going to do it to Lil Josh." He said, "I'm going to F you too." Meaning Lil Josh said it to him. Now, if I wasn't gay and I was just trying to get out of there and go in a pod where, just to get away from my enemies, I'm not trying to play no homosexual games with nobody, especially if I'm not. I just want to get away and stay alive. Now, first, let me get something straight. Personally, that would be the last thing I would do. I'm not saying that. Maybe worst case scenario, something like that, I say I'm crazy. Or I just be like, I can't go there. I got enemies there. My life is going to be at risk. So that I think in the worst case scenario, that would be what I would have personally done. Now, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do, but I'm just saying personally, that would have been the least means of escape for me. Then that would have never even came in my head. Now, I see on the internet everybody's trying to give him a pass, and people are saying there was another part of the video that nobody's seen. I searched, I never seen that other part that everybody's talking about. There's a full video where you'll be able to decipher the video was cut. It was because they was trying to slander his name and just trying to paint him in a bad light because they know he's this big bad monster serial killer that used to body everything in Chicago before he met his demise. Well, that might be true, but what I also know is true is I have seen people that you will never ever believe. I'm talking real serious people. Serious people that would most likely make Kingvon look like a choir boy that you will never believe are into that lifestyle. So personally, I do not put nothing past anybody, especially that second video came out of another Chicago dude, an affiliate of this same Kingvon. I don't know if they friends or ops or whatever, but they are from the same region and do the same rap thing. This one had a transsexual on his lap, kissing that transsexual. And apparently, you listen to King Yella, they already been new. So I'm not saying Kingvon was or he wasn't. I really don't know nothing about him that much, or almost nothing, to be honest. But to think that a man that is straight will come and pretend not only to be gay, but blow kisses and even promise to have sex with another man in jail in Cook County. I listened to a session of Adam 22 one time where they was talking about this Chicago dudes. I forget what their names was. They came on talking about they had dookie guns and they would put feces in a sock or in a balloon and smear their opponents with it, their enemies, or they would have sex with men they don't like. You listen to all this crazy stuff and it's like, wow, okay, maybe this might just be a different generation than the one I'm used to. These dudes are taking it back to the stories we used to hear of the 60s and the 70s where penitentiary was really penitentiary and you didn't want to go. So that Kingvon thing, it really baffled me because that was not the impression I ever had of this kid. I used to think he was like manly, and again, I'm not taking anything from anybody. You can be whatever you want. Your sexual orientation don't bother me. I just believe for people to live in their truth. If you are one way, don't pretend to be another way. You're not a gangster, don't pretend to be a gangster. You're not a priest, don't pretend to be a priest and go around touching little boys, while holding the Bible and screaming in Jesus' name to everybody. And if you're not a gangster, don't pretend to be one, because bad things happen to perpetrators. If you pretend to be something you're not, at some point someone is going to pull your card and you might not like the hand that they pull. So I said all that to say, one of the things that usually scares me about down low men, or actually women, because I always tell women, I say, when I meet up with a woman, I ask them a simple question. And one of the questions I usually ask them is, would you mess with a bisexual man? And if a woman tells me she will mess with a bisexual man, I just let her go. I don't want nothing to do with such a woman, because that is how you get a disease that you cannot cure, and you're just going to die slowly from the inside out. So again, if you identify as bisexual, because I don't believe there's anything like bisexual, I believe you're either straight or you're homosexual. And both, I respect. I respect the heterosexual and I respect the homosexual or the lesbian. Let's get that straight. No pun intended. But if you mess with men, if as a man you mess with men and mess with women, I think it is honorable to the rest of us that do not mess with men to let the world know. So we know who to stay away from. I mean, women now. We know what kind of women. We see you with a woman, and we know you mess with that shorty right there. We stay away. That's yours. You can have that. You keep that. We don't want nothing to do with that. If you think it's because they say you're a gun buster, you knock people off and you kill everything walking, that's cool. You have that badge. But for me personally, I just do not want to be involved with anybody that would sleep with a man that sleeps with men. So that's why I think, people just need to live in their truth, accept who they are. It's 2023, nobody's gonna beat you, nobody's gonna touch you. Everybody loves the LGBTQ, everything, they the most powerful entities in the world, even more powerful than the church. They even bogarted the church, intimidated the church to play by their rules. So even though the Bible does not accept them, they force the church to accept them and make them part of the church. They even play parts, leading roles in the church. So everybody love them and everybody respect them. Nobody trying to get canceled. And okay, you that, be that, but it's only fair to the rest of us for you to let the world know, like, okay, this is how I roll, this is how I take it, this is how I give it pause, But yeah, that's all I got to say on the kingvon thing. I seen it and I was deciding, should I talk about it or not? But yeah, that's just how I feel. So hit the like button, subscribe, and feel free to comment, leave a comment, and look out for more content in the future.